And Hangover, this is Feldman 9000, week 3, Vegas Trap Week. You can say nobody can correctly predict the NFL, or you can say it's rigged as hell, but either way, week 3, a lot of fun. First off, we go way back to Thursday night where a glorified preseason game took place. We knew what Pittsburgh really was, and without TJ Watt, they're even less. It was my understanding that Pickett was going to be named starter, but they stuck with Trubisky. The Browns continue to skate by thanks to their defense, timely conversions, and mostly Nick Chubb. I've always said Jacoby Brissett was serviceable, and he's definitely better than Teddy Bridgewater, and he's much better than Trubisky. Browns win at home 29-17. Chiefs at Colts, we saw unforeseen circumstances in the first time when Mahomes truly missed Tyreek Hill. The Chiefs couldn't ever get anything going in this game, and their defense returned to its old form, letting Matt Ryan, who did get Michael Pittman back, do just enough to win this game. Granted, it was on the road for KC, but this is the first of many trap games this day. The AFC West isn't as great as everyone thought it was going to be, and that is a growing trend you'll see throughout this video. Colts hang on 20-17. Raiders at Titans, now an 0-3 Raiders team. Definitely don't look as bad as their record does. The Raiders never do good with early games towards the East, even though they were in Central Time, whatever. The Titans and Derrick Henry finally woke up, but what are the Raiders doing wrong? There's already been a one-on-one between Mark Davis and Josh McDaniels. The issue's McDaniels, not David Carr. All this bolstering has playoff hopes quickly tanking for Las Vegas. Titans win 24-22. Saints at Panthers, we finally won a game. Vegas Trap Weekend, baby. I'll just never let go of the fact that some media pundits picked the Saints to go to the Super Bowl. That team looked lost and abysmal. A defensive struggle all day saw turnovers fall in favor of Carolina. Baker did nothing to win this game except dump a pass off to a receiver they traded for weeks ago that for some reason hasn't seen the field until now. They're going 2-2, aren't they? And somehow we'll still be stuck with Rule. CMC had over 100 yards the second game in a row. He has a thigh injury now. It's beginning. Panthers win 22-14, again only able to beat a team that scores less than 16 points. Ravens and Patriots, boy, the Patriots had their chances to win this game, but Lamar Jackson wants that money. He's playing better than his MVP season, and I really can't hate. Their defense remains a mixed bag, but man, the Patriots just don't have any identity at all. How much cap space does this team have? Because they lack skill at every position possible. I know they bolstered their offensive line, but that's not helping. Mac Jones ended up hurt, and if this team isn't careful, the Jets might just catch them in the end. Pats come up short, 37-46. Lions and Vikings. The Lions have a fairly stellar offense. If they can just start playing more consistently on both sides of the ball, they will truly wake up. Another dumpster fire for the Vikings, as has proven the Packers win was a fluke, although they did win this game. We did have an Adam Thielen sighting this weekend for the first time all season. Cousins did throw 2 touchdowns. Cook had just under 100 yards, but missed some time in this game. But Jamal Williams played excellently for the Lions, running 2 in as Swift remains hurt. And really, this needs to be a 2-back system going forward. Vikings hang on 28-24. Finally, the game of the year, and it lived up to it. Bills at Dolphins. It was deadly hot in Miami for this game, and most of the Bills' defense was hurt. I've seen a lot of excuses from the Bills who just fell flat the last 5 minutes of this game. They were beyond exhausted, and it's early in the season, but the schedule is brutal to start, and that continues next week. Not to take anything away from Miami, Tua, Hill, Waddle, and the whole damn team is capable of. They're the best team in football for the moment, but a short week and a hungry opponent could bring them back to earth because they will be beat up. Miami survives 21-19. What a game. Trying to speed things along here. Eagles at Commies, not much of a game. Typical game where Ron Rivera just didn't have his team prepared and didn't make any adjustments. I'm all too familiar with that. The Eagles may be for real. Hurts does look good, and my prediction for them isn't looking good right now. This team, as a unit on both sides, plays fairly excellent, but their opponents have been the Lions, Vikings, and Commies. Like, come on. Pad them stats while you can, Philly. They win 24-8. I just realized looking at the wrong score overlay, but hey, the Bungles are back. They beat the Jets. My Super Bowl prediction is coming true. Joe Burrow back to form. Jamar Chase touchdown. It was great across the board. I get it's the Jets, but they did just beat the Browns. Not much of a game. Big game Thursday. We will see what happens. Texans and Bears. There's not much to talk about here either. Davis Mills, putrid. Chicago Yeah, they're terrible. It's just not a good game to watch. I'm sorry if you had to pay to see this. The Bears are bad. The Texans are worse. Jags at Chargers. Listen, the Jags are good. Trevor's GOAT. This was the coming out party. Urban Meyer's a garbage human being. Christian Kirk earning that #1 receiver salary. The offense is clicking with James Robinson and Trevor. As good as that sounds, it's his defense and his secondary. Is Jacksonville back? We'll probably win that division. I love it. Chargers, same old shit. Cursed. Glad I didn't buy that jersey. It will remain a problem with Herbert and his ribs. They just need to sit him at this point. They lost Rashawn Slater and Joey Bosa. Top of other players. Every year, same shit. People getting hurt. Why is Khalil Mack dropping back in coverage? The AFC West sucks. Jags dominate 38-10. Rams and Cardinals wasn't even really a game like the score indicates. Rams ran wild on the Cardinals once again. Kyler Murray took his payday and sat like the toddler he is, accomplishing nothing. Last week would have meant more for saving Kingsbury's job if the Raiders were worth a shit. Rams win 20-12. Packers at Bucks. Frogers at Brady. Rose petals fall from the heavens. Champagne erupts from bottles. Frogers just won the Super Bowl. Bucks offense is in major trouble. When does Gronk get that call to come back? What a fucking boring game. Again, only putting up 14 points is Frogers. Todd Bowles is doing exactly what I thought would happen. Great defense, poor at offense, even though Leftwich is still the offensive coordinator. Maybe Brady just has too much going on off the field. I believe the offensive line is still beat up as well. But Frogers wins the Super Bowl 14-12. Finally, Falcons and Sea Chickens. I'm going to be honest with you, I didn't watch this game. I haven't even seen highlights. I think most people forgot it was on. Good on Atlanta to go get a win. They've been close this year, but whatever. This game was pointless. Falcons won 27-23. Speaking of pointless, Niners and Broncos on Sunday night. I skipped most of this too because I fell asleep. Oh, the AFC West sucks. Broncos, there's just no excuse on offense for them to be this bad. They can't do anything. Now, the Niners defense is still good, but also Jimmy G just laying an egg. You got to wonder. Well, you don't have to wonder. I don't think Trey Lance would have fared any better. Broncos defense is still good, too. This was a boring game that I'm surprised. Why did they put Pack and Bucks on Sunday night? That's like the Sunday night Chris Collinsworth jerk-off game. Denver wins by 1. Cowboys, Giants, Monday night. Giants are not who we thought they were. Cowboys defense is still who they thought we were. They are good. Cooper Rush, King of Gingers, the future. Absolute domination. Well, not really. They win by 7. It was kind of a lackluster game for the most part, but it was entertaining. Mainly for the fight at the end of the game. That was great. Let's get some better primetime games in here. Week 3 power rankings! Well, you see the Dolphins at the top, at least for now, because the league is rigged. Bills only dropped by 1. I mean, they lost by 2 to the Dolphins in horrid conditions. The Eagles really haven't played anybody that great. I mean, they're not beating up on bottom feeders, but they do look good. The Ravens, besides that awful comeback loss against the Dolphins, have been playing pretty lights out there at 4. Jacksonville, they have woke up. I'm sorry, but I'm eating and drinking the Kool-Aid or whatever you do. 5. Chiefs fell off, came to earth. 6. Rams back in. They quietly improved in the 7th. Bucks with the loss, 8. Cowboys 9 with that defense. The Vikings are 10. Green Bay beat Chicago. So they're not going to be in there for a minute. Week 4 preview. Ooh, big one Thursday night. Dolphins at Bengals. Can Joey Burrow get his life back together? I don't think that offensive line is going to hold up, though. Miami's going to look to carry on, but they're going to be beat up. Vikings at Saints will be a laugher. Hopefully you'll see a return to week 1 for Cousins and Jefferson in that team. Seahawks at Lions. Hopefully Detroit goes off. This is their opportunity to really open things up. Jets and Steelers. Good God, if we were stuck with that on local TV, I will puke. Bears at Giants. Same thing. Panthers don't play till 1, so where I'm at local TV is, that's going to be terrible. Titans at Colts. Well, can Titans right the ship here? Colts did last week. Titans technically, I guess, did last week as well, but they got to try and take a hold of the division. Chargers at Texans, this is not a gimme. the Chargers lose this, expect Staley to be on the hot seat at this point. Browns at Falcons could be fun. Commies at Cowboys, divisional matchup there. Cowboys coming off on a short week. Jags and Eagles, our first Super Bowl preview, I think. The one that counts. This will be a fun game. Jaguars defense against Hurts. Boy, if they take that over, you'll know who's on top of my power rankings next week. Bills at Ravens will be great if the Bills defense can get healthy, if the offense can recoup. This will be a great game. Cardinals and Panthers. The Cardinals have not beaten us in 9 years. Something like that. I think ever since Cam Newton's first game, Arizona has not beaten us. Broncos at Raiders. Something's got to give. Right now, Denver's defense is pretty good at holding up situations, so doesn't look good for the Raiders. Patriots at Packers. Another fraudulent jerk-off game at 4 o'clock. At least we won't be stuck watching it. Chiefs at Bucks Sunday night was good on paper, even just a couple of weeks ago, but right now the Bucks can't score. Chiefs really can't score as well as they used to, but the Bucks defense can shut down the Chiefs. We'll have to see. It'll be fun. Hopefully, Rams at Niners Monday night. That's a snooze fest. Garoppolo, that's supposed to be, again, on paper, a rematch, the NFC Championship game from last year, but after last week, the Niners looked terrible. And the Rams are starting to get their life back together after getting blown up by Buffalo in Week 1. Check us every Wednesday, Weekend Hangover on Feldman Football. Make sure that you like and subscribe. Check out the other videos. And until next time, keep going.